and we decide to just do what God has told us that we should be doing for Him, that we'll find our greatest contentment, our greatest peace. I wrote this down before I even turned on this camera. Identity. There comes a time when everyone must arise from his or her grave and take flight. And I was listening to the song by R. Kelly. Yolanda Adams' son was singing it, I Believe I Can Fly. And I'm like, wow, that's such a powerful song. And she sung it with such great anointing. I'm just like, it was really powerful. And I'm like, I believe I can fly. But in order to take flight, we have to let go of something. We have to surrender something. This fight of trying to, of self-hatred and fear and feeling of rejection and not forgiving people who have hurt us. We bury ourselves in obsessing about things, overindulging ourselves in things that bring us no great gains. But I'm believing it's the simpler things in life. The act of just merely letting go. The Bible talks about physician, heal thyself. And I think he's referring to look at yourself, examine yourself, figure out what it is that hurts you so much, that keeps you from knowing who you are. And when you're able to heal yourself, then you're able to help somebody else out. And your life begins to have a purpose. There's a freedom in letting go. But there's also a death in letting go. There's a burial that takes place when you let go. I think the soul rises and it takes flight when you let go of your hurts, your pains. And that's an act of our own will of doing that. And trusting God to believe that you love me. Even when sometimes I don't even love myself. Or sometimes when it feels like no one else loves me. I often tell people sometimes when I engage in conversations with them, it's like, how can I ever love you if I don't even love myself? I can never love you right if I don't first know how to really love and appreciate my own self. Think about how many people have gotten married and they enter into these covenant relationships, and they're struggling with trying to figure out who they are. No one on this earth can define you. They can give you a false sense of identity. But underneath all of that, you're still searching. And with that still comes the pain and the depression and the overindulgence in life, and we become so bogged down is that we bury ourselves. But when we let go, and when we cry out to God and say, God, I'm tired. I think that's the first step of letting go. Is that you need God to help guide you. Because He's the creator of all things. People may say, oh, the higher power. But I remember when I was searching, and Lord knows, I think there's different stages in this walk with Christ. And sometimes we wonder, how do we, like, oh, what happened? I still believe with trials and life happens. And sometimes we look and we're like, how did I wind up here? And I call those seasons of life. You still believe in God, you still love Him, but we go through these seasons. So the question is who are you? What keeps you from knowing your authentic self? Not being afraid of your own emotions. To unmask and allow yourself to just merely feel, which is showing, letting you know that you have been able to feel and feel the compassion and empathize with other people. It's when we try so hard to deny that something has hurt us or bothered us, and go around wearing, well, they didn't bother me. You still wearing the mask, and you can't help nobody. It's hard to do when you're not even honest with yourself about the things that hurt and bother you. I say unmask. I say arise up from the grave and take flight.